Have a look at this place here. So this is lloydsbank.co.uk, and we're what are we expected to talk about? Service side. So how big do you think Lloyds Bank is?
Huge.
Right. How many people do you think are logging on to Lloyds Bank at any one time?
Thousands.
Thousands of people. What? Just thousands of people in the United Kingdom?
It's national.
It's international. Yeah. So I could be in France or I could be in Spain, checking my account. Yeah, and logging on to Lloyds Bank over there. So
It's server side like images like that boy just there.
well,
Big,
the
big.
server side concerns itself with things like how much bandwidth. Okay, server side is the hosting companies, and I'm assuming that someone like Lloyds Bank would have their own hosting. They'd host their own servers basically because it's a secure website and it has to. But they would reduce, or they would be restricted in how much bandwidth they could have for their clients. Does that make sense? So I might click on mortgages, and the thing might go, instead of loading that page, it might just keep spinning round and round and round. Why? Because there might have been a recent problem with Lloyds Bank with mortgages. Yeah, and everyone's just realised now that they've lost their shares in the mortgages. Everyone's logging on.
So it's
They've got millions of people worldwide thinking, crikey, what's kind of going on with... Yeah. Now, the server side issue is how much bandwidth is Lloyds Bank going to allow for people to access their resources? Does that make sense? Also, another thing is, let's have a look at Lloyds Bank. How many pictures do they have on their screen?
One.
Right.
No, they got three actually.
Okay, there's a reason why
They got their logo.
they've got these things, but they're very tiny. Yeah. Now, there's a reason why they don't have this thing here littered with images. Why do you think that is?
To cover up blank spots.
Not really. Bandwidth. Images take a lot of time to download onto your machine.
But once they download it, it stays there and it loads faster, saves
Yeah.
in the caching.
It
it's
will
an
cache
HTML
you right.
version.
What? Sorry.
HTML.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. So can you see what's happening here? The server side is how much bandwidth do we have? How much bandwidth do these guys have? In other words, how many people can be logged on all at the same time? That's number one. Number two is the website. How many images do they have in their page? Because if they've got lots and lots of images and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are accessing the website, it's going to put the website servers under stress because tons and tons of people want resources from Lloyds Bank, and then they can only serve so much. That's why Lloyds Bank have these places have what's called servers, and what a server does, it serves you pages. So John will click on it, and Lloyds Bank will say, "All right, crikey, John's just clicked on it. What does he want? He wants this, right? We've got to serve him this. Right, Temmons just clicked on it, and 6 other million people worldwide have just clicked on it. Therefore, we're having to serve it. We've got another 5 more million people waiting in the wings, and Lloyds Bank will say, we can't do it because we're just snowed under. We've just got so many people trying to access our resources, and the bandwidth, we're restricted. Because don't forget, Lloyds Bank are also answerable to hosted services. They're answerable to people at the very top who actually own the companies, who own the satellites, who own all the fibre optic under the seabed. They actually own it, like British Telecom or whoever, you know. So they will restrict them. Lloyds Bank will restrict us, if that makes sense. Okay, so what other things do we have to take into consideration in this? So server-side factors we've got. What about the number of servers?
Yeah.
That's another thing as well. All right, here I am, John. I'm in Land's End, right down on the very, very south coast in Cornwall. Yeah, and I'm trying to access my bank, Lloyds Bank.
You can have one big server.
Now, who's going to be able to access the bank more times and more quickly? Me here in London, or somebody down in Cornwall? Yeah, why?
Because they're closer to the server.
There's loads and loads and loads of servers in London, and serving London as well. I'm down in Cornwall. I might have to be using the servers in London, and it's going to take more time for the data to come down from London to Cornwall, because they don't have any local servers down there, than if I was here. Does that make sense? So that's another thing too. Where are you living? That's one thing. In other words, are you living in a place where there are lots and lots of servers that be able to give you the information? Or are you living somewhere like in the north of Scotland, somewhere really, really remote? but it's going to take a long time for the data to come to you. Yeah. Other thing as well is, where are you living in terms of your geography? I'm living in a valley, way down this gully, right down. I'm living right on a mountain top,
Well, it's
like this.
in real life.
Yeah, let's say for example I was. What's the implications of that?
You won't get strong signal.
Signals. Yeah. So how is information sent to? How is information sent from machine to machine? How is it sent? You go to Lloyds Bank. How are we getting this information?
Connect to the DNS server.
Okay, let's say for example I'm in Paris and I want to get access to Lloyds Bank stuff.
You have to use a proxy to access it.
Okay, so it's going from machine to machine to machine. Now, England is an island. It's an island. Yeah. So how am I going to be able to access England stuff?
You use .co.uk domain name.
Yeah, but how am I going to be able to access the servers in England?
Proxy server.
All right then, are the proxy servers in the English Channel? Literally in the English Channel, swimming around on the bottom of the seabed. So how do I get access to that then?
Satellite.
Right, right. Now even that is restricted, so you've got to put that in. Or we could use fibre optic, and the fibre optic cables that run on the seabed between the, definitely not crossing the Atlantic, and not crossing the English Channel. So you've got bundles
Would
of
it be
fibre
slow?
optic to be incredibly fast. Incredibly fast.
What if it goes wrong? What if it doesn't work?
Under the seabed?
No, it's probably waterproof cables.
Yes, it's yeah. But I mean, do you know what fibre optic is?
Yeah, obviously it's like super fast.
Does it use, is fibre optic wires and stuff? No, it's not, it's just glass. It's just glass cable. It's just very, you know, like the bristle of a toothbrush. You have to snip one out and make it really long. You shine a little torch at one end. At the very other end, you'll be able to see that light. Yeah. And the way it works is, it kind of, you know, if this here was a cable, you shine a light like this, it goes like this.
See in the other end.
It just keeps bouncing off like this until at the very other end you see the light. That's basically how it works, fibre optic. So there's no wires or electricity or anything, it's just light and pulses like this. And those little, bit like SOS signals. And those little pulses are the signals.
It's like dash.
I thought
Yeah.
data travel.
Oh, data travel is like, you know what Morse code is?
Yeah.
Do you know what Morse code is? So if I send this, do you know what signal I'm sending you?
No, you don't. Something like that.
That's what they use for planes.
Yeah. What signal I just send you there? You ready? Listen to it again.
Something like, can you hear me? Or something.
It's worldwide. Everybody on the planet Earth knows it. If I had to send that signal to somebody in the armed forces, they'd know exactly what that is. It's a distress signal. It's SOS. S is ... then dash. ... Type in the SOS signal. Yeah.
Once I called someone by accident.
Yeah. Yes, you probably would do. SOS signal. Let's have a quick look. There, you can see it. ... dash. If you send that signal out, people know it's a distress call.
But how
They
do they
know
know
it.
your exact location?
Well, that's something else. It's just that if you see that, that is that.
Yeah.
100%. So Tim said, how do you see that? How does that come across in a fibre optic cable? Well, watch. If I got out a torch and I shot it at one end of the fibre optic cable and I did 3 flashes really quick, flash, and then keep the lamp on for a bit, flash, that's a distress signal.
Yeah, sometimes people do that when they're in the dark or something.
So that's how it goes across. These things can go across in exactly the same way as zeros and ones. And zeros and ones are beautiful for fibre optic because it's just light.
Like you got fiber optic at home, so mine's getting standard at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, fibre optic is, don't forget, fibre optic is outside the building, not inside the building. It's outside. So if things can get jammed up inside the house, but don't forget, we're thinking about things on the outside now. Yeah. So what other things could affect for example, the server side? So I've got things like this.
They have like big files downloaded, like videos and stuff.
Right,
API.
well done. Does that make sense, John? Right, let's say, for example, we're not going to Lloyds Bank because you're not downloading any big files or anything like
YouTube.
this. YouTube's a perfect one. How many times have you been on YouTube and think, oh, quite enough things just whizzing around like that?
Does it use TCP?
It uses IP. It
How
uses
can like send information?
it uses TCP/IP. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Why? Because the connection on either side has to be persistent. It can't break. If you break that connection, YouTube goes offline. As you mentioned last time, we might cache some of that, but after the caches, we've completed it, that's it. So how many times have you been on YouTube and you're trying to watch a video and the thing's spinning around, it's buffering, and it stops? Do you see what I mean by that?
So many bugs as well.
It is a bit buggy, but I don't know. Let's. I looked at this one a bit earlier on. Car boarding a ship over a plank. Now, have a look at this. Can you see already? Well, it's buffered. Can you see that there? Already, we've got that much video. It's gone. Done it.
Streaming HD.
Yes, but I mean, it still has to buffer anyway. Yeah. Now, let's say, for example, this becomes a topic of the day, and millions of people worldwide are accessing YouTube servers, watching that clip there. You can see how slow this is going to go. Oh, there's guys taking a chance. I mean, 2 planks, it's boarding a ship. It's madness, isn't it? That
They
is
should
just,
have had more support. Man.
that is just pure craziness.
Imagine the crowd just snaps.
Yeah, no, or the wheels go. But can you see what's going on? Stuff is buffered. Yes, we do know that stuff is buffered. Yeah, but YouTube's a classical example of a situation where you've got millions of people at a certain time in the day or night watching their videos, and that
Does
is,
it say in this inspect element? What if it's,
oh, that will just give us all the code, the HTML code
I'm
for it.
saying, does it give it the size of the video? or something?
No, it won't know because it doesn't know what it is that we're watching. Because HTML is very, very generic. Yeah. So, do you see what I mean by that? So, what else was on there? You mentioned files. Okay, file sizes. These are files. I mean, how do we know how big this file size is?
If it's in HD, it's going to be big. .avi.
Yeah, I mean, you can also tell as well. This one here, which is 3 minutes. What if I download something like one, which is bigger, this one here or this video?
The other one 6 minutes.
This one's 6 minutes. It's a bigger video. So YouTube are going to, if you're going to watch, let's say for example, a live concert that's 2 hours long.
So file size varies. So if you're getting a 5-minute clip in 4K and a 10-minute clip in 720, the 4K one's going to be big.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Yeah. So all those tiny little things, they're the things that you want to write about on the server side, all on the server side. Here's another one. Servers might be down. Not YouTube, but the proxy servers that are serving YouTube. The proxy servers en route to YouTube, they may be down, and therefore these guys are working all right, but we're not going to be able to see the video. That's server side problem.
What about server overload?
Server overload, where you mean you've got lots and lots of people logged on all at the same time.
Sometimes when you go to a website, it says, oh, we've got too much demo, try and come back another time.
Yes. Hacking as well. So people have done a denial of service.
They hacked Steam a couple of years ago.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know that.
They hacked PSP through PC Game or
Right.
PSP.
So Steam was hacked.
So, couple of years ago.
Right. So how long was Steam down for then?
Months.
Right. So that's another thing that you might want to mention. Hacking. Yeah. Especially, that there is your security. So all these things are on the server. They've got nothing, anything inside your home is all to do with the client. Outside of your home, everything to do with the server. Everything that runs from your ISP onwards. You might not pay your bill. There's a really, really simple one. ISP says, I'm going to cut. That's it. You're not getting any internet service. No telephone, no nothing. Yeah. Does that make sense, John? What you got to do for that? Okay. What was I looking at here? So this is. Don't forget, when you've got things like this, the way something feels, colours, ease of use, that looks just spot on. What you want to do there is just kind of pepper it a little bit, add a little bit of spice to it there, Virginia. Just go off to the internet, look at a website that uses colours nicely, and look at colours. There was a website here.
Give me examples there.
I needed some sunglasses to put on. It was like really, really bad. I can't remember where it was. Huh?
If you go back to
Sorry.
the example, so like if there's a website that has silver and gold,
Oh yeah, but literally put the yeah. Give it a little bit of flavour, because otherwise these things become kind of dry, quite dry.
It's a bit dry.
Yeah, make it a little bit kind of. Where was I before? I kind of got rid of it, didn't I? These.
So like Lowe's TSB is elegant.
Yeah, I mean, this website here, I mean, okay, fair enough, this website here is an example of a website that's very simple. This is aesthetic now, aesthetics. Aesthetics all got to do with the look and the feel of a website. So yeah, I mean, websites can be really poorly designed, and then they can be very well designed. This is an example of a reasonably well designed website, because it's got a lot of white space for shopping. Yeah. Now, why would you have a lot of white space for shopping?
So they're only looking at
No,
the
because
product.
it makes the,
That's it.
the gold product stand out.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
put
really,
that-
what
that's why
happens
it's
is,
what Amazon.
if all you have is white space and no writing, the user is only forced to look at the images. Yeah, and if it's shopping purely visual. Do you see what I mean? If you want to go out and buy a Maserati or or a Lamborghini or something, you really don't want to be looking at the write-up, because you know how these things perform. You want to be looking at, wow, look at that chrome one, or that metallic one, or that matte one. That looks fantastic.
If you want to look at specifications.
If you want to look at specs, yes. But on the whole,
Ridiculous for a necklace.
yes, no, it is, yeah.
You can buy a car with that. People actually buy cars with that price.
Did you see that matte Lamborghini? You know in South Kent? Wow, I stopped, I saw these guys pushing this matte Lamborghini inside.
My
Like,
favourite colour, matte
wow,
black.
it's a matte black one. Have you been around there? Have you seen that golden Lamborghini flying around?
I'm surprised I haven't got a Lamborghini.
No, check those. This must be it. Just check that
I've
out.
seen in what's it called, Mont Blanc, where there's a gold
Yeah, there is, yeah. Which one is it?
a Bugatti Veyron.
Have you seen the Aventador, I think it's called?
Aventador.
Aventador, is that what it's called? But they're like, is it the
Yeah, they're
Aventador? It's just unbelievable.
matte black and see how beautiful it is.
Wow.
That looks beautiful.
Which one? Crikey, it does. Millionaire Boy Racers. Wow, it does, doesn't it? That matte. I saw them pushing it in.
Let me show you.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, yeah. I
I
even
want to
smelled
show
it a
him
lot.
case.
So you know if you go to Arab countries,
Yeah, you probably would.
You said you had a job opportunity.
I did, yeah.
if you went to Dubai, sir,
I know it was in Dubai. I could. Wow.
but sir, Dubai is a good country though. There's no tax, no nothing.
I know.
You can live life tax free.
Crikey.
You know, sir,
That's
that
just
belongs to a
unreal.
19-year-old. He's a YouTuber.
Really?
Yeah, that's him. It belongs to him. He's a 19-year-old.
How did you get that then?
YouTube money.
You're joking, aren't
No, seriously, YouTube.
Look at.
you? Wow. So you can make your money from YouTube. But what would you prefer to do though? Make your money from YouTube,
I would have a
or be a professional coder?
professional.
Professional coder. You know why?
YouTube won't last forever.
There you go.
It's like a euro.
It has its day. It'll have its day.
Look at that. Oh my god, that's
It's
beautiful.
just like
Yeah.
footballers. They earn like 30,000 a week.
Like
Now,
there's
when
a
they're
recent
old,
news
they
that
have to-
there's a recent news that they start cutting up money now. You get like half of your weight.
Oh really? What, on YouTube?
Yeah.
But sir, he doesn't have to worry about it. He's almost a billionaire, you know, just from video.
Yeah.
No, and he's
But it's
making
got-
movies. He's starting to make
He's in a
movies
full
now.
feature film now. And he's like this, I can't believe this started from me sitting at home playing games.
That's not that. I think I've seen his videos. Does he like have these home videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Funny.
seen it. Yeah, they are.
And his brother.
Type in Road to Shores one. He's got the chrome one.
Oh,
Who?
This is his car. Yeah, that one there. Yeah.
Oh wow! Check that out. I've not seen that before. That's
he has two cars. Actually. This one's
He's got a
his
race
car as well.
that's the one. Really good. Check that out though. That's like a champagne colour,
That's
isn't
his car.
it?
I don't know, but the thing is, they're only like 18 and they're getting these cars.
Yeah, but you know what? They're kind of short-lived, but also it's a little bit like living the life of a footballer. You're not kind of really using your brain a lot.
That's the guy. That's the guy that's got the owns that car. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be too rich, because then when you get to a situation like you don't know what to do with it, and I think it's going to start changing personalities and it just wrecks your life.
No, obviously, money is
Yeah, you do, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let's start working.
with me.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.